Please focus and listen to this audio clip. What is that sound? A submarine? An airplane? A dolphin? None of the above. It comes from something deep under the ocean that until now scientists have not been able to provide a 100% certain answer. In 1960, during the Cold War era, the US Navy installed a system of underwater microphones and used it to monitor the movements of the Soviet military until 1991. After that, the US Navy transferred this system to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, which used it to detect and study phenomena under the ocean. In 1997, this underwater system picked up a sound unlike any sound humans had heard before, with an extremely low frequency but extremely loud and noisy. It's so loud that the microphones, spaced about 3,000 miles apart, can easily pick it up, undetectable by human hearing. This sound quickly increases its frequency and then suddenly disappears. After investigation and calculation, scientists found that the origin of this sound is from the southern part of the United States, near the South Pole. In the following weeks, this strange sound was heard again from the Indian Ocean, but then one day it stopped and was never heard again since. Scientists named this strange sound the bloop. Hello everyone, and today let's explore the bloop, a terrifying and mysterious sound from the deep ocean, where humanity has only explored about 5% of it, with the remaining 95% possibly containing things we have yet to discover, including sea creatures we may not even know exist. Where does the bloop come from? Scientists, after studying and researching, concluded that the bloop is a biological sound, meaning it is not created by humans but by some marine creature. However, even the loudest sound ever recorded from a marine creature, the blue whale, is much smaller than the bloop. They concluded that to generate this sound, the marine creature would have to be much larger than the largest animal ever known, about 3 times the size of a blue whale, or it would have to possess some highly efficient characteristic to produce this sound. The point of inaccessibility, also known as Point Nemo, is the location furthest from land on the ocean. This spot is precisely in the middle of nowhere and farthest from human civilization, as it is over 1,000 miles away from any land in all directions. It is so isolated that those closest to Point Nemo are not even on Earth, but rather astronauts aboard the International Space Station, as they are only about 258 miles away. Due to its extreme remoteness, Point Nemo is used as a graveyard for decommissioned spacecraft and satellites from space. Certainly there are no signs of human presence at Point Nemo, and not just humans, even other life forms on Earth are almost non-existent at Point Nemo. It is the least biologically active place in the entire global ocean. Yet from Point Nemo emanates one of the loudest sounds ever recorded from the ocean. There are many theories that suggest that there might be some giant creature existing at Point Nemo, unknown to humans. Legendary creatures such as the Megalodon, Leviathan, or even the ancient entity Cthulhu. Cthulhu is an ancient cosmic entity created by writer H.P. Lovecraft, first appearing in the short story The Call of Cthulhu. Cthulhu is considered a great ancient entity in the pantheon of Lovecraftian cosmic entities. This creature has been referenced in many forms of popular culture. Lovecraft describes Cthulhu as a gigantic entity worshipped by cultists. The appearance of Cthulhu is described as a mix between an octopus and a dragon with humanoid features. This entity arrived on Earth from the stars long before humans appeared, and when the ancient entities fell into slumber, their city sank beneath the depths of the Pacific Ocean. It is not unfounded to say that the sound of the bloop was created by Cthulhu. R'lyeh, a lost city beneath the South Pacific, is where Cthulhu is imprisoned. And it is a coincidence that the coordinates of R'lyeh and Point Nemo, the most isolated place in the world, are only 5,100 nautical miles apart. Remember that the story, The Call of Cthulhu, was published in 1928, while Point Nemo was not calculated until 64 years later in 1992. Therefore, There's no way Relia was created inspired by Nemo Point. One hypothesis is that Lovecraft was chosen to receive ancient forbidden knowledge. This knowledge made him think that his ideas were just fiction for writing stories. When he wrote about the Cthulhu mythos, he still thought it was just fiction, when in reality these stories were created from truths buried in Lovecraft's subconscious. Cthulhu is real. H.P. Lovecraft's stories are an indirect way for humanity to learn about Cthulhu, to worship him again, to free him from his chains, and to bring about the apocalypse on Earth. The bloop is the sound emitted by Cthulhu imprisoned in Relia, waiting to be released. Over the years, researchers have deployed underwater listening devices near Antarctica in an ongoing effort to study the sounds of underwater volcanoes and earthquakes. It was there, on the lonely land at the southern tip of the Earth, that they finally discovered the source of those thunderous rumbles from the depths. In 2005, they concluded that the bloop was the sound of an icequake, a slab of ice cracking and breaking away from an Antarctic glacier. With global warming, there are more and more icebergs every year, breaking off the cracked glaciers and eventually melting into the ocean. However, all of this is just data that has been recorded and compared. Scientists accept that the bloop is simply the sound of a massive ice-calving event in Antarctica. But for fans and worshippers of H.P. Lovecraft, the bloop remains a mystery, and possibly a message sent to humanity from the great ancient entity, Cthulhu. What do you think about this phenomenon? Do you believe that the bloop is just the sound of an ice calving from Antarctica? Or is there really a huge, possibly mythological creature that has been living undetected in the 95% of the ocean that humans have not yet explored? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. That's all for this video. And this is Creep Factor. Thank you for taking the time to watch the entire video. And if you like this video, please click like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more interesting contents.